Yeah, this is the next story, and this is a wild one. So it seems like it's a possibility that something happened, that a report or some information could have come to the table and led to this reconsideration inside of Tesla, or for Elon himself, in relationship to the Bitcoin ban from the website. Like there could have been some push, some development. And when he said coal, I thought China. I was like, who's using coal? What's going on with coal? But then it turns out you got stories like this one that broke a couple days ago. Private equity firm revives zombie fossil fuel power plants just to mine Bitcoin. And this is in upstate New York. Now, it's not coal. They switched it over to natural gas. But if you got reports like this, and you're Elon Musk and you're in this position of sustainability, and you've been talking about electricity, you've been talking about batteries, and all of a sudden you see this thing that you've been a champion for, crypto, and at least that's the way it got spun. I don't know how much he said on Bitcoin, but Doge was like 15 memes a day. I'm exaggerating.
Big fan.
And so you start to, it's possible you can change your mind. And I think, by the way, we should encourage people to change their minds. To smack somebody back every time. Oh, but you said this before, so you can never say anything else. It's like, well, what if you got some new information?
Yeah.
Happens all the time. Get some new information. Say, okay, now that I see, I got this analysis, or I talked to this expert, and I'm trying to do the right thing if the intent is there. Anyway, this is a power plant that was out of commission. And then the cryptocurrency thing came along. Company bought it up. This is upstate New York. Green Ridge Power Plant. Listen to this. It was purchased by a private equity firm, Atlas Holdings, and retasked. A significant portion of Green Ridge's electricity no longer powers nearby homes or business. Rather, the plant's smokestacks are increasingly pouring pollutants into the atmosphere in the service of mining Bitcoin. By the end of the year, go ahead, Will.
They could have very well just took a picture of like the smokestacks and then just sent it to Elon. Be like, this is what Bitcoin's doing.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Elon, remember me? We grew up together. Yeah, I'm just in upstate New York right now. You sure you want to support this Bitcoin thing? Snap.
Yeah.
Send it over. He's like, oh, damn. Yeah, I can't get with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be other incentives as well. It's important to note here.
I'm just paraphrasing.
No, there could be other incentives. Like this is just one report, but it goes to show you how lucrative the thing had become, and it became lucrative enough that it actually made economic sense to burn fuel to mine Bit. You see what I'm saying? By the end of the year, Green Ridge, at that plant, they plan to have 18,000 specialized Bitcoin mining machines. I presume those are ASICs. 18,000 is no joke. And they want to add 10,500 more. The complete project is going to use 79% of that power plant's capacity, or 85 megawatts, which is, we were talking yesterday about Cardano. The entire thing is using 6 gigawatts, the entire thing. Gigawatt, megawatt. Just try to envision that for yourself. But anyway. Too many watts?
Oh, yeah.
Here's a quote from their SEC filing, the company. No direct competitor currently owns and operates its own power plant for the purpose of Bitcoin mining, the company wrote. No other Bitcoin mining operation of this scale in the United States currently uses power generated from its own power plant. However, residents don't necessarily like this idea. Well, they've been having meetings to talk about the downside of such a thing. It will employ extra people, but there could be environmental downsides, not just with the pollutants rising to the atmosphere, but also heat getting pumped into the local river. It's got some trout in it. A couple of trout in there. So the power plant was supposed to be scrapped all the way back in, I don't know, like 2014. They spent $65 million to convert it to natural gas and get it up and running again. The company has mined from between 2020 and 2021, they mined 1,186 Bitcoin at a cost of $2,869. And you already know the price of Bitcoin as it stands right now, around 50 G's or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So there's money to be made. Now, this last part is key. They've been doing so well that they say, with their expertise they've developed at their current power plant, they plan to expand to at least 500 megawatts of mining capacity by 2025. So, big numbers. Now, this is just one story. That's all it is. And you see plenty of other reports saying, hey, 70% of Bitcoin mining is done sustainably. You see it out there. And you say, okay, well, what's going on with the other 30? I mean, you might say that, or you might say, yeah, we're heading in the right direction. But you also see stories like this where you're like, okay, you're burning gas here,
sure,
in order to do this thing, and you're planning on expanding. You're planning on continuing to do such a thing, and it could, and with the price of Bitcoin the way it is, it appears to be more viable than ever to go this direction.
Yeah,
or to do things like this.
Apparently, mining gold is really bad for the environment. Like physically mining gold.
You're talking about like metal, like you're talking about in the earth gold.
Yeah.
You're talking about crypto.
No.
You got the wrong show here, Will.
No, I'm just saying, like, in comparison.
I know.
That's what a lot of like cryptos are kind of defending.
No, yeah, you're seeing all kinds of arguments. Renewable, the financial system, Visa payment network. How much are all these things using? It's a valid point. Everything generates energy. How much energy is Tesla using to create the products they create?
For sure, yeah.
What about SpaceX? What are they burning? You know, you could push this in any direction.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is there are cryptocurrencies that exist right now that are more efficient. That seems to be a fact right now. And so therefore it's worth consideration. And that seems to be where we're at.